Well, hello my weirdos and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm so excited because I am here with my first episode of my mini-series that I've been talking about for probably about a month now. So for those of you wondering, Uncommon Creators is my new mini-series dedicated to the unusual, the weird, the unique, and the different in all varieties across the YouTube platform specifically. Because it is Uncommon Creators, I am open to getting into other platforms as well eventually if the series does well, but for now my main focus is going to be YouTubers. And let me tell you, things are going to get very weird as we go through this series, and I am so excited for it because I love things weird. Point of the series really for me is just to talk about a lot of my own favorite uncommon creators, why I think they're so fascinating, and really the main point of the series is to highlight the fact that it is so important to be yourself, no matter who that is. The point of life is just to be yourself and to find genuine happiness, and so all of these creators that I'm going to feature in this mini-series, I think exhibit that like phenomenally. There's going to be some very controversial ones that I'm going to bring up, but hopefully, I know you guys are very open-minded over here on my channel, so hopefully you will find them just as fascinating and unique and warm as I find them. And I'm not going to talk about any uncommon creators that I don't think are good people. It's all going to be people that I really respect and that I think are putting a positive message out there on the YouTube platform. So I am on dictionary.com looking up what uncommon means, just so that I can tell you guys exactly what I'm aiming for with the series. So when we talk about uncommon, we say not common, unusual, rare, unusual in amount or degree, above the ordinary, exceptional, or remarkable. I think all of those are brilliant definitions. I think they're really fitting for what I'm going for with the series. So as a disclaimer, when we talk about uncommon YouTubers, we're talking about those which meet this definition that I just gave you guys. Being unique and uncommon is an exceptional designation to hold. To be brave enough to not only be yourself, but to be yourself on a public platform, to share it for the public eye, to be critical of and to judge you for, is extremely commendable. Oftentimes, society may view weird or unusual individuals in a negative light. But through the series, the goal is to help break through that negative connotation and to relish in the fact that being unusual simply means that you are brave enough to value your own happiness over others' opinions. In summary, embrace the weird. So today's video is going to be a two-parter, but also kind of a one-parter. Talk about two different people, two different YouTube channels, but you'll see why I'm putting them both together in this video because they do go together very well, if I can add. And I definitely couldn't think of a better duo to start off this video series with than, drumroll, Julia Zelg and Eileen De Freest. So let's start with Julia. She's had her YouTube channel for about 9 years. I went all the way back and it looks like she's been posting videos for roughly the past 5 years of those. She has 23 million views and she has over 210,000 subscribers, and she is quickly growing in subscribers. She has a variety channel. She talks about all sorts of things, life, fashion, shoes, just everyday things that she's going through, prepping for her wedding, etc. She's 24. She was born in Brazil, but she currently lives in London. She loves fashion, specifically alternative fashion, and she actually considers herself to be pastel goth. She has a huge collection of shoes, and she is also an extremely talented musician. Julia is a very confident, beautiful, and skilled young woman that does not apologize for who she is, and she is never afraid to be her genuine self. And that is why I'm featuring her on our first episode today.
Hi sweeties! Hi sweeties! Hi sweeties! Welcome back to the channel!
Eileen is one of our newer uncommon creators, having just recently started on YouTube, but she is sitting with about 506,000 views and about 26,000 subscribers. Eileen makes videos about her life, giving advice, and talks about some political issues. Eileen is 61 years old. She is originally from the United States, specifically around New Jersey, and has resided in London on and off for 20 years. Eileen is a BBC radio political contributor, a writer, and of course more recently a YouTube creator. Eileen is extremely intelligent. She's very well spoken. She has a beautiful way with words. She's very entertaining. She has a lot of very interesting life stories to share, and overall she's just an outstanding woman. And if these two beautiful ladies don't already sound unique and weird and amazing enough, One reason why I want to feature them together today is because they are actually engaged to one another. So they are in a lesbian age gap relationship. And actually, by the time you guys watch this, they should already be married. Yay! So congrats, seriously, Eileen and Julia. I'm so excited for both of you, and I wish you all the luck and all the happiness in your marriage going forward. I'm so excited for both of you. Together, these ladies are brave enough to be their genuine, unapologetic selves. Together in the face of adversity, in the face of negative comments across social media. So I just want to have a moment of like real, genuine, like Kayla talk about their relationship specifically, because I do know for a lot of people, you might have a strong reaction to the fact that they do have such a large age gap relationship. And let me say that when I did watch Julia before they got together, but when they got together, I was a little skeptical at first of their relationship, and I will fully admit that to you guys. That's like real talk. It did seem like a very large age gap, and I wasn't sure how I felt about it, to be honest with you, until I started watching how they interacted together. And I think that there probably are age gap relationships where there is a large power differential, because I think a lot of the time that's the concern. You know, there's a large age gap, and typically one person, usually the older person, probably has a little bit more of, there's a power imbalance there because they have all this life experience, and you know, they're probably more likely to be controlling of the relationship and things like that. However, in the case of Eileen and Julia, I do not feel that there is any sort of a power imbalance between them. They are completely equal in everything. Their sense of humor, they're both very intelligent, well-spoken. And also, to go along with that, I think the main thing and the most important thing is all of the love that you can feel between them. You know it's genuine, you know it's real, and you know that they genuinely care about each other. And to me, like, honestly, love conquers all. That's my personal opinion, especially as I've gotten to know them, as I've watched their channels, because I just think that they are incredible women, and I'm actually really glad that they ended up together, because I think they bring out the best in each other. And that's not just me saying this because I'm talking about them or being nice or because I know that they're gonna watch this or anything like that. That's like genuinely, whether or not they watch this, that's how I feel about them, is that they do bring the best out in each other, and I'm really glad that they're together, and I'm glad that they're married by the time that you guys see this.
Listen, Julia's a lot younger than me. I'm a lot older than her, and we'll talk about that. But because that's a fact, it doesn't give you the right to just come online and start criticizing us and making assumptions and saying that Julia needs psychological help. She's not captive. She's my girlfriend. She's my partner. She's somebody I love. And you don't think that I went over this months in my mind? Is she too young for me? What is the cost of being with an older woman? I'm not going to take her life away. She will go on long after me, and I want her to do that. I love her so much. And this is born of love and responsibility and very careful thinking on both our parts. If you know Julia at all from her videos, she's silly, she's fun, she's effervescent, she's creative, but she's also a really strong person with a very strong moral sense. She would never do anything that was dodgy or questionable or dubious. And I'm really personally really offended when I read the comments, because this girl is a lot of love, you know, she's all about love. And well, none of us is a perfect being. She's put herself out there in a lot of ways. And I don't like to see that there's been a backlash. But, you know, we get it. I'm a lot older than her. I'm not pretty. I'm cute.
You're gorgeous.
Let me finish. What I mean is, I'm not in the bloom of youth. But get over that. Because older people have a right to be in this culture just as much as younger people.
Exactly.
And everyone watching here, you're going to look like me one day. Probably a lot thinner. You know, I got heavy over time. I used to be young and fit and, you know, cute and all that.
You're beautiful.
I thank you, darling. I really appreciate that. I know who I am. I know what I am. You know, Julia is a very good-looking woman. I know how lucky I am. But the beauty is inside. People can comment and say what they like, but please think about things before you comment.
And the last thing that I want to add before I make this video too long is just my interaction with specifically Eileen, because I did reach out to Eileen and ask her permission to go ahead and make this video. I just want to say that I am... Okay, listen, real talk again. As a small creator, it's really difficult to get permission from other YouTubers, bigger YouTubers, to try to use their footage. I don't want to step on other people's toes and just go in and snag footage from their channels without asking permission and things like that. You can get copyright claim and stuff like that. I mean, they don't always do that, but of all of the YouTubers that I reached out to, probably like, I'd say like 20 different YouTubers that I was hoping to add into the series, which I may or may not, depending on how things go with the series. But of all the YouTubers I reached out to, only 2 of them got back to me out of about 20. So you guys can do quick math on that and figure out how many big YouTubers actually respond to little ass YouTubers such as myself. And Eileen was one of those, as well as the one that I'm going to be featuring in my next episode. But Eileen was very, very kind to me. She wrote back very quickly. I think she responded within like a day or 2, and you know, wrote back a very thoughtful email. And she even subscribed to my channel, and like, seriously, Eileen, you did not have to do that. I don't feel obligated to stay subscribed or anything like that. I don't know if my content that I make is normally stuff that you would like. I really don't know. But yeah, I just wanted to say, speaking from just my own personal experience, my interactions with Eileen over email have just been incredible. Like, I love Eileen. I do. She's so thoughtful, responds to all my emails. If I comment on something on Instagram, she leaves a like, sometimes responds to it. Same with YouTube. I can say from personal experience that they're just such thoughtful women. To me, the only thing that's important is whether you are genuinely like a good person, trying to do the best you can, and I feel that with Julia and Eileen. Their hearts are totally in the right place. I idolize them. I think they're incredible, powerful, strong women, and we need more women like that. And especially Eileen, because she, you know, talks politically about women's rights, especially, and we share a lot of the same views, which I know like not everybody's gonna share her views and things like that, but I idolize her for just how willing she is to be outspoken about who she is. And same for Julia, just always her genuine self, you know, whether people think it's crazy or weird or whatever, just totally true to herself at the end of the day. And it's so commendable, and I aspire to be a lot more like that, and that's why I love them both so much, and that's why I think you guys will love them too. And that's why I wanted to make sure that they were my episode 1, because I just think that they are the epitome of all things weird, and why it's so good to be weird, but like just a good person. A weird good person. That's what I like. So all the weird good people out there, leave a thumbs up if you're a good weird person, because I love that shit. So anyway, I'm going to leave all links down in the description. I'll leave links to both of their channels. I'll leave links to their Instagrams and whatever else I can think of. It's all going to be right down there in the description. This series I am posting once a month, so my episode 2 will be coming out on or around July 1st. I apologize, I did want this episode to come out on June 1st, however I was late because I was trying to perfect it, and it was my first episode of the series, so I was having a hard time figuring out exactly how I wanted to go about doing this. If you're not already subscribed to both of them, if you were interested in any of the stuff I talked about with them, make sure you go over there, subscribe to them, show them love, tell them that Kayla Totts sent you. I know that there's probably only gonna be like 5 of us strong, but go let them know that I sent you over to their channel, and I'm sure that they will be really, really grateful. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys aren't subscribed to me, feel free to subscribe. You can join this weirdo Totterism family that we have going on over here. We like to drink sometimes and talk about life, and sometimes YouTubers, and sometimes nothing, and sometimes we mow down on pizza, and we basically do whatever the hell we want over here. I do post videos at least 1 to 3 times a week. I've been a little slack lately, but that's just because I have a ton of footage that I'm trying to work on all at once, and I'm a little bit overwhelmed right now. Just having a mild breakdown, but it's okay. It'll be fine. We will recover. We will get through this. Yes, this video is officially way too long, so I'm going to go now, but I love you guys so very much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.